Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Quad City sports fans of all ages, Town Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, Jaybird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
Hey, it's Thursday out there, Quad Cityans. What a beautiful day it is. Thanks for tuning in today to 1170 a.m. on your dial and live out there in the Facebook land. Jaybird and I are just off to a wonderful day, right?
Yeah, just getting over that rain. So I guess you could say it's muddy, muggy, and buggy out there.
Man, wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I'm just trying to be positive.
You got to be positive. You know, you had that time out there where it didn't rain and people are like, oh, the drought. And I'm like, what drought? Like,
I was thinking about this as we were sitting here ready to go on air.
Sure.
And you went through and did a power ranking, preseason power ranking the other day.
Okay.
So I wanted to go off this.
Uh-huh.
If these power rankings are correct.
That was the one that we had from our friends from ESPN.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's figure out if this works out for the playoffs.
Okay, we will do that. I can do that with you.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, driving in today, I was like, this show is going to be completely from the hip.
Oh, yeah.
From the get-go. There's so many things I want to do.
Yes.
So many things I want to say. And to me, I'm just like, the only thing in between 12:30, we'll talk to Jake from Elite Sportsbook. But this can go all over the place.
And I got to start.
Go for it. Yeah.
I got to start.
Sure.
So, we used to have two newspapers in this town.
We did. It was the Quad City Times and the Rock Island Moline Dispatch, Argus, whatever it's called. That was three.
Well, three
yeah,
technically,
yeah.
but the one on the other side of the river merged or the two on the other side merged into one. Dispatch Argus.
Yep.
So now that's just an online publication.
Sure.
Which tends to just paste copy articles from other news sources because it's probably owned by a larger conglomerate now.
Yep.
They posted an article, Jay.
All right.
Telling all of us.
Yep.
About the great recipe ideas that are to be had with, and I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong.
Okay.
But it's the bug. It's called a cicada. Is that right?
Yeah, yep. Not to be confused with John Cicada, the late 80s, early 90s singer. Anyway.
First of all, someone got paid to write that article.
About the protein.
About eating a bug.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to your college and demand a refund.
Mm-hmm.
You are an idiot and should not have been able to graduate from college.
Got clicks.
You got clicks, not for me.
Okay.
I didn't read the article because I couldn't do it. I just said, F no. No way.
Yeah, no way. Yeah.
If someone out there is willing to eat these bug recipes, I want you to call in.
I'm not.
I want you to convince me. There is no way. All right, listen, I watched the stuff with Bear Grylls and all that.
Yeah.
Like if I'm starving to death in the middle of a jungle, if that ever happens.
If you're on the show Naked and Afraid.
I'll eat a bug if I have to lift, if that's what it means for me to survive.
Okay.
But when I drive by a field every day to take my daughter to school and I see the cows out there, and I know that's a really good hamburger if I need it to be.
That's right.
That's going first.
Definitely. Yeah, it's not on the list of what I'm doing tomorrow. Yeah.
I'll go so far as I'll catch and eat a sparrow before I will a bug.
Yeah, a cicada. Why would
I'm just saying.
The different recipes. Everyone must have been big into something.
Why are they so? I mean, this had probably started maybe 2-3 weeks ago. This whole thing with the cicadas.
Mm-hmm.
Who in their right mind is trying to convince the world that eating these bugs is a good idea?
Maybe it's a way to get rid of them. I don't know.
No, they only come back like every 15 years the way they're doing it or something. I don't know. I don't know too much about it. But either way, no, I'm not eating them. I don't care what a good source of protein is. I'm not going to ever buy the Never Meat stuff that's at the grocery stores. I mean, they have the brats that look like
Never me either.
They have the brats that look like an uncircumcised member. Mm-hmm. The meat itself, when it's pre-cooked, looks disgusting. I don't know why you would...
Okay.
Listen, if it's your choice to be vegan and all that, good for you. You know what? That's fine. I don't care. Do what you want.
Not what I thought we were going to be talking about when I said it's going to be coming off the cuff.
But
right
this
off
whole
the hip.
thing, it feels like they're trying to force this the anti-meat agenda
I
on
don't know
me.
if it thought
It
that.
feels like it to me, Jay. Like every time I turn around, I don't trust the national media. First of all, they are so skewed, propaganda machine that it kills me. And the fact that they're on board with us eating bugs, or it seemingly is that they're on board, I don't understand it. Why?
I don't know.
I don't know any, and I've touched with
You
bases.
didn't click on that. You don't know if that person wrote it or if they took that from an Associated Press somewhere.
I'm assuming it was Associated Press
Yeah,
because
it's
every one of
assuming.
their articles is.
Usually, yeah.
Every one of the articles is. Now, what I am assuming, I just like you, I have friends that range in every degree of political
Sure.
views, talks, whatever. And I don't block anybody, and I don't not talk to them because they disagree with me.
Yeah.
I find that it's better that we have fun little arguments, if you will, fun little debates. Nobody that I know wants to eat a bug.
No.
Nobody.
No. Usually, I will tell you this, 364 days out of the year, I would rather hear people debate over a bug, but today was the day where I was like, can't wait for social media after what the Iowa governor did.
Oh, yeah.
So
I figured I would just break in with something nice. And by the way, aren't you the one that got freaked out when we told you that you probably eat about 10 spiders a night?
Yes. Yeah, because I don't like spiders.
Well, you're eating them every night. Now, that's a whole different thing. I don't know I'm eating it.
Anyway, the governor. We all know what happened.
Stay so thin.
Governor, maybe that's it. That fills up my tummy. That's why I don't have to eat breakfast. We all know overnight the governor signed the bill that said masks are no longer mandated in schools and businesses. It's really interesting because I don't want to spend too much time on this because I don't care.
Let me ask real quick because I couldn't find it anywhere on Twitter yet.
Yep.
So she's saying that businesses can't require you to wear a mask?
That's right.
So, all right, just hear me out here. But if you're a business, you have the right to refuse service for anything, correct?
You have, the right to refuse service.
So if they come in not wearing a mask and you want them to wear a mask, can you refuse their service, or is she saying that
no
that's
mask,
illegal?
no shirt, no shoes, no service, right? That's what we know of. That's what we grew up with, right? So if you say no mask, no shirt, I don't know. I don't know why you can discriminate over that and why you can say that there's a law there but not in the other. I really don't know. I don't know where it is. I will tell you this.
The headline I read, it was just for schools. I didn't
There's
see
businesses there too.
I didn't see the businesses on
Yep,
it.
all counties, cities, in the state of Iowa. So, and that's where I was messaging with a friend of mine, and I said it's a slippery slope, right? And they were like, "What do you mean it's a slippery slope?" And Ezer is right. So business can't require you to wear pants. It's a slippery slope. And I went down somewhere else.
That's why I'm asking.
But I went down a different type of question, and I said, well, what if, in my case, I say to somebody, you're intoxicated, and I need you to go home, right? Or get a ride or whatever else.
All right.
You need to leave. And the person comes back and says, I'm an alcoholic. It's a disease. You are discriminating against my disease. And they pointed out, you're saving a life. This is just a choice over what they want to do. Now, it really is odd, and I don't know if anyone can really go into a business and be like, you can't force me not to be in here because you required it, because it is, right to refuse service. And I don't know if there's a right there. Everyone's got a right. So it is kind of iffy. Really, the big thing is more about the schools. And
yeah, I was going to say, the whole business thing, I think, is murky in itself. Yes, the thing with the schools makes sense to me. We all know we all know the infection rate and everything with kids. It's been 100 times talked over. Yeah, I get it. Like we have to get the children back to feeling normal, because this is not normal, and it's not. And I know, I read a few small articles here and there about different things, like when you're interacting with children, they need the facial interaction to know, just to know facial expressions.
AEIOU.
Yes.
And they need that nonverbal cues.
Exactly.
Of smiles and whatnot, or whatever else. It's very true.
And like I said, this
anyone that's taken
huge.
an early childhood development course can answer that.
No, I think personally, my personal belief is this: if you have a business and you think that people should still wear a mask in your business. I think that is your right as a business.
100%.
You pay a license fee or whatever it is you got to pay to the state to have the whatever business it is. I guarantee there's a license of some sort for every damn business out there.
So, real quick, I'm going to get to it. Kids woke up, told them. My son was like, great. My daughter was like, I don't believe you. And I was like, all right, here's the email, here's the text. She's like, cool. And I said, don't wear a mask. And she's like, I'm going to take it. And right away I was like, don't you wear your mask. She's like, I'm going to take it. And then I paused, and I took a good couple minutes, and I turned around and said, do what you want to do. And she said, what? And I said, go ahead and wear a mask if you want to. Don't wear one if you don't want to. Your decision, because you know what? You just spent over 400 days with an adult telling you that you have to do this without really giving you exact reasons why, just saying because someone said so. So, and I think that's maybe something we should do. Allow them to make decisions. Too many people are saying to their kids, sending up to school saying, you don't wear a mask. If someone tells you to put one on, you tell them to go kick rocks. And if they start if they start talking about vaccines, have them call me, because we do not want, even though it says we strongly encourage vaccines, we don't want that put in your head. Now, it could be a political reason. It could be just the way you believe. You don't believe in big pharma. You don't believe in medicine. You don't believe in vaccines. That's all fine. And then you also have people on the other side who they're starting to pull their kids out because they are big into the masks and everything else. And a political thing. And on both sides are sitting there saying, like, you're putting your beliefs into your children and doing this. They're right. But they're blaming the other side.
That's what you do.
They're blaming one side or the other, being like, because listen, there's posts out there that people are saying, congratulations, all you selfish people out there that don't care about other people. You've now pushed this onto the kids, and now they don't have to wear masks. And then on the vice versa, the people that are, I guess you could say on the right or whatever else will say like, the opposite side, when they take their kids out of school, they're saying you're robbing them of their last 10, 12 days of school because of your beliefs. It's really adults telling kids what to do. That's why I just said, hey, you know what? You guys decide what you want to do. No big deal. As far as the vaccines and encouragement, I don't really want that on you guys right now. That's not anything.
I'll go so far as to tell you this, Jay. I think it's this. I think it's 10% of adults are on one side, 10% of the adults are on the other side, and the other 80% are adults that are just like you, Jay. They say, hey, they said you didn't have to wear your mask. Do what you want.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm telling you right now. But that 80% is this. Oh, all right, yeah. All right, cool. The two 10%,
I know.
That is exactly what it is.
All right.
And I don't, my thing is, I don't.
But hey, if you want opinions, if you want one side or the other,
go to social media.
Well, guess what's happening now? Because now we got everything's old is old again, everything's new is new again. But which way do you fall? Because Major League Baseball has given us a lot of things to talk about on how you feel. Are you the old man yelling at the clouds? Do you want things to stay the way they were? Or do you want things to be brand new? And NBA, by the way, last night all over again. Do you want things to stay the way that you remember growing up the NBA, or do you want them to be new? And I will give you the example of the NBA first. LeBron James goes up for that shot. And Draymond Green goes up as well. And a lot of times when there is a shot to the face, that is a flagrant one foul. It didn't really catch him. LeBron sold it. That's what good athletes do. All right? The game was really tight at the time. Actually, they were down by 2.
Did he get hit in the face, or did he?
Listen, they end up usually.
Well, we're going to see this in slow motion at some point. I did.
I saw it live. I was watching the game. So we're talking about last night's playing game between Golden State Warrior and the Lakers. Because what we're going to is we're going to lead into Tony La Russa and the White Sox after this.
Okay.
So, it's the play-in game. They're down, I believe, at the time, 198. Let's just say that. I know I'm really close to score. Could be the other way around. Could have been. I think that was it. So he goes up, drives to the lane. Draymond Green goes up, and basically during the season, a lot of times they're good enough athletes that they can get that ball around their face when they're going to the hole, but still, they're windmilling it. And if the guy's swiping at the ball, they can catch him. And usually it's a flagrant one, all right, or 2. They call the foul. Draymond thinks that. LeBron sold it. He's covering his eyes like he just got, like WrestleMania, like poked in the eyes. Bink.
But he's the biggest faker there is. He faked getting hit in the face, and I saw it.
The Three Stooges, like bink. You get him.
He's a stooge.
So all right. So he sells it. The referees get together. They say it's not a flagrant. He comes out of that thing and he says I can't see shit. He did. You can read his lips. He goes out and drains just 2 free throws. I realize he's an athlete. That's what he does. I know I can't do it. I can't do it with above average vision.
Well, he can see.
All right, so
drained 2 free throws.
He drained 2. And so now it's a tie ball game. They go down there, and then Draymond Green gets an off-the-ball offensive foul, and Lakers get the ball and come down again, and the ball kind of moves around, whatnot, and he nails a shot that is from like the L in Staples Center. So when I say that, I mean he is not on the line of three. He drains it. And he just, and later on said, like, I couldn't see anything. I was seeing triple out there. I just shot for the one in the middle. It was nothing but net. I'm not saying he did whatever else. They didn't call it flagrant, and I know that they are good enough athletes that they can flop and they get away with it, and they all do it. But it just reminds me because we sit there and say, well, we just got done a year ago with The Last Dance, and when they're saying the rule was for the Knicks, if he goes up for a shot, Jordan, he's falling hard. And we saw all of it, and we're like, yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Back in the day, people do this. And then we see LeBron now, and we go, man, that's ridiculous. So,
ridiculous what? That he got hit?
That he got hit, he flops, and the foul calls. It's a different game. It's an evolving game. That's the way it is. And we've always said in this show that the NBA does a good job about evolving. Now you have the opposite side of this. And we can come back and talk about the NBA because there's other things I do want to talk about because there's a new story that is brewing, that is starting, that feels so manufactured. It just has to be manufactured. So remind me of this, come back to it, okay?
NBA manufactured story.
A manufactured story that it just, there's no way that Talking Heads on Fox and ESPN have the exact same storyline without this being manufactured. There's no way that the thoughts it just doesn't. Anyway, let's go to Tony La Russa. Let's go to Unwritten Rules.
That's Dave LaForest's favorite guy.
Let's go to Unwritten Rules, baseball, whatever else. Because we've all talked about this, and every once in a while we've been to the part where it's like, old man yelling. We say that all the time, old man yelling at clouds. But so if we sit there and say back in the day when Jordan was there, that's when NBA was better, blah, blah, blah. Now it's all, and there's a difference. The game evolves. Baseball has taken its time evolving, and it really is sorry for anybody out there that may feel like it's ageist. It really is a sport more for our age, T-Roy, our demographic. They're not capturing the younger audience. Well, they're trying.
They're losing us too. So just
they're trying.
FYI.
So 2 nights ago, because we weren't on the air yesterday, because the White Sox were on radio, the White Sox are beating the Twins like 15-4, and the Twins put in positional player Williams. They call him the Turtle, and he's just out there. Positional players out there throwing, so he's not a regular pitcher. And it's a 3-0 count to Yerman Mercedes, the Yerminator, and the guy hangs a real kind of Ephus type of pitch. When Ephus back in the day, that'll date us. Just kind of floats right in there.
Yeah.
And he launches the ball 400 feet. And just, he pisses all over it.
Right.
And right away afterwards, Tony La Russa comes out and says, that's not the way we do things here. We'll handle it in-house. He'll, I don't know, punish, but I'll talk to him. It shouldn't happen this way. That's not baseball. Okay, Tony La Russa. Well, he kind of just said, like, he was kind of like on the, I'm sure everyone in my clubhouse agrees with it, and it's not true. It wasn't true at all. And the reason why I'm saying it, like Lance Lynn was like, you put a positional player out there, all bets are off. So
right. You've announced to the opposing team that you don't care about the game anymore if you put a positional player into pitch, correct?
Yes.
In my eyes.
And I will go a little bit further right after this. So Lance Lynn says, like, you put a positional player in, all bets are off. And so the idea that everyone in the clubhouse is on the same page as Tony La Russa is not true in so many words. Tony La Russa's response is, well, he has a clubhouse, or I have an office, or something like that. Like, he has a locker, I have an office. Wow. Way to put your player in position and just be like that. All right, I'll take this call in case we're getting interrupted.
Right.
You ready?
Is this cicadas?
I don't know. I'll take this call. You ready?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, who do we got in line?
Hey, guys, it's Mikey with Balls and Six, the podcast.
Hi, Mikey.
Hey, Mikey.
Hey, real quick, the Tony La Russa thing, I don't mind the swinging on a 3-0 pitch. The problem that I have is that Tony La Russa gave him the take sign. And when your coach tells you to take it, you take the pitch.
He did give him a take sign? See, I didn't know that yet.
Is that for real? I heard that a little bit yesterday, but is there video evidence of him giving the take sign?
look, I haven't seen the video evidence, but La Russa said he told him to take the pitch.
Okay, since I have you here, I want to break that. I want to talk about this a little more. He said he gave him the take. In a 15-4 game, Tony La Russa is 76 years old. He's probably half a bottle of red wine into the game. I don't think he's paying attention that much, but that's just me speculating and being rude. Now, the thing is this: when you're a kid, and it's 3-0. Let's just go with the 11U softball team. And it's 3-0. And if my daughter turns around and I give her the take and she turns around, she squares the bunt, and she starts wagging that bat around, being disrespectful, I'm going to call timeout right before that pitch comes, and I'm going to say, don't ever do that. That's not what we do. You just take it, whatever else this girl's struggling. You don't show her up. But if that game's 15-4 when she's 11, I'm going to say, they're struggling out there. Swing away at 3-0. I'm going to say, your strike zone's expanded. Go ahead and swing away. Let's try to get out of this. They're struggling just as well. That game needed to be over with. No doubt about it. And the idea that they're just taking in that is it's a positional player. And I understand that the coach said it, but he is so far out of it that it just, I think he's lost clubhouse. I mean, this guy, he's 10 days away from saying that he didn't know the rules of how it works in extra innings. That's why he didn't take his pitcher out in the international tiebreaker rule, putting him on second base because he didn't realize that there was a loophole in the interleague games. He just, to me, the idea that it's that score and he's giving the take sign, just get the game over with. Is he going to be that upset if he would have grounded out to the shortstop if he's swinging at 3-0?
So here's the thing. If it's me and I'm the coach, if he wants to swing at it, swing at it. Especially they have a position player out there. You want to talk about offending the game's integrity, you put a positional player out there to pitch the ball.
Very good point.
You've already screwed it up.
Yes.
So if I'm Tony La Russa, I agree with you. I don't send the take sign. But if Tony La Russa did, in fact, send the take sign in, you got to take the pitch.
Okay.
I agree with that. I do agree with that 100%. Everything you said is factual. Now, everything. That is the perfect take on it.
But does it need to be shared with the media on 3-0? You just go, that's a 28-year-old rookie just excited to be in the major leagues. And when you get a home run, you get a home run. But you can call him in your office and go, I gave you the take, right? Did you miss it? All right. And you send him to kangaroo court, Mikey. That's all you do. You send him to kangaroo court. I agree. And then after that.
I think it should have been sent to kangaroo court, and that's how it should have been settled.
Yep.
But, La Russa is thinking, I got to send a message to my guys. If they're not going to listen to me, I'm going to call them out. Let them get hit.
Okay.
And then he said that the next day. He said, they threw at him. I didn't care.
That's the problem then, all right? Let's go over now to my Twins. Now he's given the green light to Rocco Baldelli to say, yep, you can throw at my guy. There'll be no retaliation whatsoever. And we say it's okay. And then he doubles down after that and says, the Twins handled it. I think everything's fine. We can move on from now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that because you gave the green. It almost like handcuffed Rocco Baldelli to be like, and Duffy, probably their best reliever right now, that, you know what, we got to throw at him because La Russa said that's not the way baseball works. And if we don't throw, now we're kind of not policing the game and doing things with the unwritten rules. The whole thing stinks. And yes, just we said, the kangaroo court, let the clubhouse deal with it and be like, hey, Yerman, Mercedes, whatever you want to call him, Yerminator, if you get the sign, follow the sign. You do not go through. And same thing. If the third base coach told you to hold up and you ran through the sign and you got thrown out at home, they're going to say, he probably didn't see it, or he didn't hear the sign, he didn't see the sign, or he was way past him, but they're going to deal with it in the clubhouse and they're going to find him in the kangaroo court.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
But to be as upset with La Russa about calling him out, if you're not going to listen to your manager, if you're not going to listen to those signs, he's got to figure out a way to get the clubhouse under control. And so I'm guessing this is him taking a shot across the bow saying, hey, you listen or I'm going to call you out, and I'm going to let guys throw at you. And that's where if La Russa is accurate in saying that he gave the take sign, the way he's handling it is trying to retake the control, because otherwise he's letting – I mean, if he doesn't bring it up and somebody says, oh, look, he sent the take sign in, because, somebody's going to catch it on one of these YouTube channels or you guys or us at Balls and Sticks, we're going to catch it. We're going to say, look, he gave the take sign and his player's ignoring him. He doesn't have control over the clubhouse. So now him calling it out in the press says, this is how I'm taking control of my clubhouse. I am in control. You leave me alone, or I will put you out there to get hit by a pitch. And if he did send the take sign, he has to maintain the control. Otherwise, he might as well just go home. Get his next DUI.
15 to 4, positional player, and you're micromanaging a game. I think you're right. I think maybe it's worth just looking a little dive into, look up the quote, because I did read that yesterday that he said he gave the take sign, but someone's got to find the sign that he gave out there, and it's probably him just wiping off the little bit of a wine that he's sipping on or whatever else, after he gets a little taste or whatever. I don't know, but if he gave the sign, I do agree with you that, but that is something you deal with inside. You don't have to let the media get involved in it. And I'm sorry, I do feel like you said, shots across the bow. I think now the clubhouse is coming right back. Yerman swinging through a take sign. Lance Lynn saying that. It's no secret that the players didn't really want him in there. They were fine with Rick Renteria. I don't even think the GM really wanted him in there. It was Reinsdorf making up for a mistake that he feels he made in 1986 by firing him, and he went on to win 2 World Series after that. With the Cardinals and the A's, and now he's a Hall of Fame manager, and now he just looks like an old man trying to tell a bunch of 20 and 30-year-olds what to do.
I mean, aren't most of the managers old men telling a bunch of 20-somethings what to do?
Rocco Baldelli's not old.
Whatever.
Okay, but Joe Madden?
And we've criticized Madden, too, about some things that he's done as well. But there's also some savviness into Madden, and if you look at what happened with Ohtani yesterday, I liked Madden's quote and just being like, he lost 5 miles an hour on his velocity yesterday, and Madden's just like, we watched that stuff. We watched for winces in his face. We have team doctors. There was nothing there, and Ohtani's came out later and he said that he just felt fat out there. So I don't like Madden's gimmicks, but sometimes I think he can have a savviness to it. I just don't know if La Russa has his clubhouse, and they're winning in spite of him. So,
yeah, and I agree, but I think this is him trying to take control, and it's the only way he feels that he can at this point, because he feels like if it goes to the kangaroo court, is the court gonna favor in his favor, or are they gonna let him off because they don't want to give up the control that they've taken away from him?
Yeah, it's an interesting point when you bring that up. And there's more things we're going to talk about as far as baseball goes, because there is the issue of, is the game too slow, whatever else, and we've talked a lot about it, but now we have back-to-back no-hitters more to talk about as well. And unwritten rules are they've got to go to the wayside a little bit. It just seems just dumb, archaic.
Speaking of the no-hitter, because I got to get back to work here, but speaking of the no-hitter, check out Kimberly Bates. You guys turned me on to her. She's actually polling people on Twitter about, what do you think that the no-hitter is ruining the game or what? And I gave her my quote on it, which is, I think that the no-hitter is pointing out and driving out the point of what is broken in baseball already, which is people are swinging for the fences, or they're okay with strikeouts, and nobody really cares about anything else. And so, and then I asked, do players even care about getting no hit anymore?
Well, apparently 3 teams don't. Apparently.
Right.
The Indians, the Rangers, and the Mariners, because the 6 that are recorded are only between 3 teams. The 7, obviously, is the one that they're not going to, talk about. But yeah, Major League Baseball is currently on pace to have 20 no-hitters this season.
Yeah.
It's insane. The most they've had was 8, and that was in 1884. And during the modern era, the most they've had is 7. So they're 1 away from tying it. Mikey, we got to take a break, too. You got to go. I really appreciate the phone call. Thanks for bringing up the point about the take sign. And you're right. Coach gives you a sign, you got to follow it. That's what we got to tell all our young athletes right now. Anytime your coach tells you to do something, you do it, right? You don't just turn around and do it, what your parents say or what you feel is right, and then go, I missed it, or anything like that. So the message really is,
100%.
Yeah, the message is listen to your coach, and so we need to look more into that. Thanks, Mikey.
Yep, thanks, guys.
Yep, we'll talk to you soon.
Check us out on Saturdays at 10:30 for Balls and Sticks, the podcast, and anywhere you get your podcast. Thanks,
Great plug. Thanks, Mikey. We'll talk to you soon. All right. T-Ray, read a thing for me. We got to make a phone call when we come back. We're going to talk to Jake from Elite Sportsbook.
All right, Quad City, stop going to your social media sites asking on suggestions, where to get your oil changed, who does the best tattoo work, or where you're going to grab some lunch. All you need is your Locals Loves guide. It has an easy-to-navigate table of contents to help you find what you're looking for, or visit the website, localslovers.com. You click on Quad Cities and browse favorites. It's easy to use, and they're even ranking all the most popular places for you, so please try them today. That's Locals Lovers. They're your guide to the best.
I've been earning and burning, snapping necks and cashing.
You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Of course we can help you gear up for that next oil change. We've got a great deal for the job. Right now you can get 5 quarts of Castrol GTX conventional or high mileage motor oil and an STP oil filter for just $28.99. And you can get it all fast, your way. Just order online with our free same-day store pickup or next-day delivery. Getting your job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Gotta finish this today.
Cristiano's construction projects typically run smoothly, but this project's pipeline is about to burst.
Yo, boss, where you want us to put this? To the left. Your other left. John.
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Join Macy's to help moms and babies stay healthy when you support March of Dimes this May. Here's what you can do. Make a donation today at Macys.com/MacysGives. And also give back when you shop at any Macy's store. Round up your purchase amount and donate your extra change up to 99 cents to March of Dimes. You'll be helping families get the critical maternal health care they need and giving every mom and baby the best possible start. Make your donation today at Macy's stores and Macys.com/MacysGives.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Hey, this is Eric at Winger Truck Line, and we now have immediate openings for home daily regional drivers and city drivers. Winger Truck Line is different. These home daily positions are proof that Winger works hard to get more drivers home more often than ever before. We have a brand new increased pay program. Join us and you will see we say what we mean and we mean what we say. Winger Truck Line is working hard to get you home. Winger Truck Line, 800-593-6433 or drivewtl.com.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it would be too difficult? Then try Babbel. Babbel starts by teaching you words and phrases that gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations. So in 15 minutes a day, you'll be speaking a new language in a few weeks. Babbel is built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com today. That's BABBEL.com.
I'm Kyle Montgomery with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. As the Eagles begin phase 2 of their offseason workouts, second-year quarterback Jalen Hurts has been given the keys to the franchise. But Hurts says he's preparing to battle for and earn that starting job.
Run this do every day. It's always been that way for me. Always been a get better mentality every day, grow every day, be a better leader every day, be a better quarterback every day. And when that rinse due, I don't plan on missing no payments.
There will also be a QB battle in San Francisco, despite the Niners drafting Trey Lance 3rd overall. GM John Lynch says he told Jimmy Garoppolo they had no plans to trade him this season, and he'd have every chance to keep his starting job. And 7th overall pick Penei Sewell signed a 4-year, $24 million contract with the Lions. Sewell is expected in Detroit this week for team workouts. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Lowe's wants your home's inside to be as cool as the outside. With Valspar Ultra Interior Paint starting at $25.98 per gallon and up to $500 off select major appliance purchases. Stop by Lowe's in-store or shop online this Memorial Day. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Paint pricing valid through 5/26/21. Must ask store to apply discount or enter promo code online. Can't be combined with more discounts. Savings vary based on eligible total purchase. See Lowe's.com for restrictions. Valid through 6/9/21. U.S. only.
At Napa, we keep things moving. If it has wheels and an engine, we help keep it on the road. And if it's on the road, we have parts for it. And if you need a part, you can get it fast, like same-day pickup or next-day delivery fast. At Napa, when we're not thinking about cars, we're thinking about the people who drive them. Because when it comes to serving you and our community, our motor never quits. That's Napa know-how. Same-day pickup and next-day delivery available at participating stores and on in-stock items only.
Follow us on Facebook at ESPN 1170 AM. We are the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Welcome back, folks. We're here in the Hassel Castle, AM 1170 and Facebook Live.
It's turning us down instead of the music. What's wrong with me?
I don't know.
First day around the board or something.
Gosh, you're supposed to be the lord of the board.
I know.
Well, we're going to be calling Jake from Elite Sportsbook right now.
Yeah, we haven't talked
Get
to
the
him.
rundown on everything in the world of gambling.
Our friends at Rhythm City Casino.
Yep.
Yeah.
See what they have going on.
Mm-hmm.
Last time we talked, Jake told us they were talking about doing it.
OTB. See if he got any more breaking news for us.
He does not want to talk to us.
This is Jake with Elite Sportsbook.
Hey, Jake. Welcome to the show, buddy.
How's it going, guys?
We're doing well. Yourself?
Just living the dream. What better than the NBA playoffs coming up here and NHL and PGA Championship week? Life's looking good.
Who do they have favored to win the championship?
Which
NBA?
It's been kind of back and forth. I don't have the site up in front of me now.
I do. I can tell you, Jake.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
Look at Jay.
Yeah, I do. The
Totally
Brooklyn Nets are 2-1. The Lakers are 3-1. The 76ers are 5-1, and the Clippers are 6-1 right there. The Jazz at 7-1. So, if you're looking at it, the Lakers, who just have to play their way in, are 3-1 favorite. They have the 10th best record in the NBA, and they still are the 3-1 favorites to do that. The Brooklyn Nets are not the 1 seed in the East. The 76ers are, and they have the 3rd best odds. The Clippers are the 4 seed in the West. They have the 4th best odds, and the Jazz have the 5th best odds, and they are the 1 seed in the West. So, it's all over the map. That's how crazy the West is that the Lakers have the 10th best record, and they had a play-in game, and they have the 2nd best odds to win the NBA title. And you can bet the futures at EliteSportsbook.com. You can also go and get on their app as well and put bets in from there. You can bet on the Western Conference, the Eastern Conference, and you can also do NBA playoff series prices as well. So if you want to bet a series coming up, who's going to win what, you can take a look at that. And I think there's some interesting ones out there. So, yeah, Jake, you have the odds up there. That's how crazy the NBA is. As far as when it comes to the West, the East, I think, is kind of almost cut and dry. But the Nets have the better odds than the 76ers. But I like the 76ers to win the East. So, sorry to just steal your thunder there, Jake.
Oh, no. I couldn't have said it better myself.
So what, we were kind of teasing it before you answer the phone. Any more news on the OTB?
It's still in the works here. I can tell you that there's been testing behind the scenes and training, but I can't give you a date yet. So hold tight.
Nice.
Well, also there's things going on as well. You can bet on, and still to now, for those who are tuning in, you can go to EliteSportsbook.com or use your app, and you can bet on the PGA Championship, and they have first-round matchups that you can go to if you like different golfers against other people, how they're going to do in the first round. And you can get, if you're into that golf and you see something that you like in there, like Dustin Johnson versus Patrick Cantlay, who's going to have a better first round, you can do that. They don't tee off till 1 o'clock, 1:05 our time. Dustin Johnson's the favorite there at minus 135. Cantlay is plus 115. So there's, again, I always encourage everyone to navigate the site and especially the app as well and sign up for it, and they can find all kinds of things that they're looking for.
Can you bet on if Bob Baffert's horses are going to test positive again?
You cannot bet on
is there an over-under on time for that?
You
No?
cannot do that. No.
Right.
No, not yet.
Can you believe that, Jake? That horse, either it goes out and gets its own smack or it eats peed on hay. We don't know which, but it's one of the two.
Someone was rubbing some ointment on it.
Yeah. Some topical cream. Or
it was the same topical cream that Barry Bonds used.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. I hate that.
I love this topical cream thing. How it just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Well, it was a topic.
Also, the kind of with the PGA Championship topic there, we are running a promotion as well now. If you wager on who makes the cut, $100 will give you a $25 free bet back as well. So if you're looking to bet the PGA Championship and looking for an excuse, head over to Elite Sportsbook and check it out.
Well, yeah, obviously that's the fun thing about going to EliteSportsbook.com and going on the app is to look through the promotions and how you can find new ways. We've always pointed out with you, Jake, and everybody else that there's plenty of people that try to send you money for a one-time sign-up or one-time deal or whatever else, but you guys are always running promotions where you guys can get money back and bets back and everything else. Not only that, you also have such things as like live in-game betting, which I referred to last night during the game when the Lakers were down by 13. I said you guys should probably go take a look at in-game betting right now and look for the Lakers because the NBA wants them to win, and it's probably going to happen. So,
oh yeah, Shinba.
In-game betting is my thing. I really enjoy it, especially basketball games and something like that. It's just fun to try out and check out and see kind of how the momentum of the game's going.
And then also, and I'm on your promotions page right now, Jake. It's also, you guys still have your new sign-up bonus there, 100% risk-free bet up to $500 for that. I already mentioned progressive parlays, and then there's also any other parlay that you have. There's also early cash out as well. So that's the most important thing. If you're interested in it, or you have any questions, contact them, or you can go to Elite Sportsbook at Rhythm City, and the people at the kiosk are always so helpful, letting everyone know what's going on. But MLB, the in-game, and then there's MMA this weekend as well.
Exactly. Yep. And then also social media, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Elite Sportsbook. We're always offering up different promotions on there, doing some giveaways coming up here soon, and then always releasing lines and different things like that. And if you have questions, concerns, ideas, there's a wager that you want to see, reach out to us, and we're always open-minded to run it by our risk team.
Sure. All right. What else is anything coming up soon here at Elite Sportsbook at the Draft Day Lounge or anything that we need to talk about soon?
UFC in June, June 12th, will be UFC 263. We'll be showing that at Rhythm, in the Rhythm Room, actually, there. So just like all the other ones, we've committed through June, and I'm working on getting the next 6 months committed as well. So it hasn't been announced yet, but it's on our books, and we're looking to do it. We've got some pricing and stuff. So a great place to go watch the fights. You have to be 21 plus, first come, first serve, but there's no cover. It's a good atmosphere there in the Rhythm Room.
100%. Yeah, there's just so many things to look up here. I mean, I don't really follow the NHL that much either, but I'm looking at playoff series prices now and favorites to win the Stanley Cup as well. So there's so many things out there that people can take advantage of here at EliteSportsbook.com and on the app. All right, how's the baby?
Baby's doing good. He's just over 2 months. He's starting to smile and get some facial features going. So life's good. Life's good.
That's great, bud.
All right, buddy. When do you think you'll be in town next?
Maybe next week or the week after. I've been spending some time here in the Iowa City area. Haven't been coming to Quad Cities, but hopefully within maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, a newborn will keep you close to home. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, a little bit, Yeah. Doctor's appointments and fiancés and all kinds of fun stuff.
All that fun stuff.
Yeah, next time I'm in town, I'll come back in the studio and bring some stuff for you guys.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Appreciate it, man.
Sounds
Thank
good, man.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
your call, man.
Yep, take care.
We'll talk to you soon. Yep, bye.
Well, I'm so happy for that kid.
Yeah, that's
Got
our friend
himself a
Jake
new
from
baby.
Sportsbook. Yeah. Like I said, a lot of fun things out there. As far as the Golf PGA Championship that's going on, we talk about DFS, but also there's things that you can do as well. We're going to take our second break and come back, and we're going to dip more in just a little bit more about the NBA and
You get the story.
Yeah, I'm going to break a story that's going to be. It's going to be.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
It's going to just dominate next year's NBA season.
So basically, too, before we go to break, we've decided that Tony La Russa really screwed this up no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if it was a sign that the kid didn't take. I got to take, everything. I think, yes, is that a case of him trying to, get the clubhouse back and show his dominance? He shouldn't have to at that age. I don't know. It's just weird, right?
It was
messed up.
I thought it was weird. I didn't think it was necessary. Again, I stand by that he basically gave the Twins the green light to go ahead and throw at their guy. And before we go to break I'll remind you a story I told you yesterday. You don't ever do something like that, and you better make sure that you're going to protect your players. And Tony La Russa is not protecting your players, and you need to protect your teammates as well. There's a story, it's a fact. It was a few years ago when Delman Young was playing for the Twins, and if I tell you a guy slid into second base hard, crashed into the catcher at the plate, or a guy like eyeballed or MF'd the pitcher, the guy before him, I don't know. But Delman Young was on deck, and he said to his team, if I get hit, you better back me up, because I'm not going down without a fight here. And he said it to the dugout, as clear as can be. He gets plunked, and they don't back him up, and he unleashed on his team. And that, verbally on the field or whatever else, he was mad. And I'm sure it went to Kangaroo Court. It went away and everything else. And I keep saying it without telling everybody. Kangaroo Court is dealt with in the clubhouse. All right? There's usually a senior leader on the team. And they are the judge, jury, and verdict.
It's much like our Senate and Congress.
Yes, but... yeah. So something will happen.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
Somebody's late for team bus, or it doesn't matter.
Right.
Somebody's late. If they take it to the guy,
it's mostly more a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke. They put something in there and but it's called a Kangaroo Court. Judge, jury, verdict. That's the way it goes. It happens. And there's a lot of teams. Madden is one that I know for a fact really uses it to as much as he can, because you can go back to like the 2008 Rays, and it was such a big deal. And it was Matt Garza was in there all the time because he was a young punk kid who thought he was better than what was the clubhouse rules. So that's the Kangaroo Court. And it's just, you don't give the green light to hurt yourself. And like I said, when Delman Young says, if I get plunked, back me up, you still protect your team. You protect your teammates. And you don't just say like, well, we don't agree with it, and then turn around after get plunked and be like, well, the Twins dealt with it. That's all. Yes, I think this is a bad sign. And if the White Sox go on and win it all, great. You can put this whole thing up, though, into our divorce sports series. This is a lingering thing that is going to be an episode, a series on this. So we got to take a quick break. Be right back here. Don't Hassle Us Local on ESPN 1170 AM.
Front Street Brewery is the oldest brew pub in Iowa and has been nestled right along the bank of the mighty Mississippi since 1992, serving great beers like the Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy, the Raging River, and everyone's favorite, the Cherry Bon Blanc. You can find all of their food and drink specials on Facebook or go to www.frontstreetbrew.com. Please try them out today. Those are our friends at Front Street Brewery. The restaurant is at 208 East River Drive, and the tap room is in the Freight House Complex.
We're streaking! We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium. There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Josh Sides, head coach, St. Ambrose University Esports. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Your legacy is important. Preparing your final wishes is a lasting gift to family and friends. Lock in and guarantee today's prices while alleviating the burden on your loved ones. Whelan Presley's pre-arrangement policies are guaranteed to be there when needed. You can even begin the pre-arranging process from home. Log on to WhelanPresley.com or contact us to get started. Trusted over 130 years, Whelan Presley Funeral Home and Crematory.
We would be honored and privileged to serve you.
Unfiltered. Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Zubin Mahente.
Does Aaron Rodgers get moved before the season starts?
The two teams in the AFC for me would be the Raiders, and I know they got Carr, but you send Carr back to Green Bay. I know John Gruden would he's probably sitting there just trying to figure out how to get that done because he's never satisfied the quarterback spot. And
Never.
Think about it. He tried to get Brett Favre when Brett was 60. So, I mean,
but if you think about it, though, as far as location goes for Aaron Rodgers,
he was Vegas.
Vegas would be, Vegas would be optimal. Obviously, Bay Area, where like that would have really been.
That's why he was
better
really
for
pushing.
him. Yeah.
He was really pushing for that San Francisco opportunity because they had a winning team. And the Raiders, maybe he is a guy who can kick them over the top. But those are the two teams in the AFC that make sense.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
It's time for some straight talk. You've got real work to do, but everyone's sucking up the free Wi-Fi faster than a Mocha Choco double frap on ice. So be your own hotspot. Now with Straight Talk Wireless, get 10 gigs of hotspot data with the ultimate unlimited plan. Just $55 a month on America's largest and most dependable networks. You don't have to find a hotspot. You are the hotspot. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Compatible device required. See straighttalk.com.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
This is Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
What I am about to tell you is my opinion. It is not a statement of fact. I believe that the 49ers changed their minds on the decision between Mac Jones and Trey Lance somewhere deep into the process. I don't think this was all one big smokescreen. I don't think they got any benefit from doing it. I think they legitimately changed their minds. And as a consequence, they take Trey Lance instead of Mac Jones. I don't know this for certain, but if I had to bet money that mattered to me, I would bet that if Trey Lance had been available at 4, the Falcons would have taken him. That's what I think. I don't know it, but that's what I think. And that would have changed everything. Obviously, the draft falls the way the draft falls because quarterbacks went 1, 2, and 3, but not 4. I think Lance, when all was said and done, was the guy everybody wanted.
Greeny, weekdays 9 till 11 on ESPN 1170.
I need these boxes in bin 7. Oh, hello. Hi. I just wanted to call in and find out when next...
Whitney's warehouse foreman just retired, and the replacement needs to move to fulfillment.
Hold on. Guys, can we get the dock cleared now?
Indeed can help her hire the people she needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
PointsBet understands that in sports, it pays to be fast. Download the PointsBet app now and use code Iowa2K to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Whether you're a bettor or a baller, a sharp or a sharpshooter, if you're making money or just plain money, sports is speed. Luckily, your sports book can keep up. When you bet with PointsBet, you get faster bets, faster withdrawals, and faster rewards at your fingertips. Plus, right now, PointsBet is giving customers the best odds on all pro sports. That's better odds and bigger payouts on our lightning fast app because PointsBet knows every second matters. Time is money, and it pays to be fast. PointsBet has the best odds on all pro sports, so download the app now and use code Iowa2K to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. See for yourself why bettors are calling PointsBet innovative, lightning quick, and the reason they have ditched the other books. Download the app now to experience Iowa's premium sportsbook for yourself. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Your home for the NFL. This is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Don't Hassle So Local, AM 1170.
Yeah. Well, we got all kinds of things to talk about. We got playoffs going on here. We got baseball as well. Let me give you some scores from yesterday. Lucas Giolito had 11 Ks yesterday against the Minnesota Twins. The White Sox beat them 2-1. San Diego Padres beat the Rockies 3-0. Fernando Tatis went 4 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and a stolen base. The Giants on the road against the Cincinnati Reds, they shut them out 4-0. Tampa Bay Rays over the Orioles 9-7. Marlins beat the Phillies 3-1. Braves at home bested the Mets 5-4. Red Sox 7, Blue Jays 3. Nationals beat the Cubs at Wrigley 4-3. Scherzer got the win there, moves to 4-2 on the year. Arrieta gets a loss 4-4. Cardinals victors 8-5 over the Pirates. Yankees 2-0 over the Rangers. Corey Kluber threw a no-hitter. We'll get to that soon. Indians 3-2 over the Angels. We're also going to talk real quick about that too, because Ohtani is a stud. Kansas City Royals 6-4 over the Brewers. Astros 8-1 over the Oakland Athletics, and Dodgers 4-2 over the Diamondbacks, and the Tigers and the Mariners. Detroit won that game 6-2. Today we have games going on as well, and some started already in play. The Rays and the Orioles are playing right now. Orioles are up 8-0. Giants and Cincinnati's playing right now. In just a few minutes, the Yankees and Texas will have their first pitch, and the Cubs and the Nationals will have their first pitch at 1:20. 2:37, Oakland and Houston will start playing. 3:07, Angels and the Minnesota Twins play. That's in Los Angeles. Then the rest are all-night games. Miami at Philadelphia. Minnesota, the other end of the doubleheader, will be tonight. Pittsburgh at Atlanta. Boston, Toronto. Arizona at the Dodgers. You can find all that and more wherever you listen to your games, wherever you follow, MLB.com. I saw the other day that MLB.com said something like 25% off the rest of the season that you could get it. No thanks, MLB.com, because you black out all the games that I want to watch anyway, so I'm going to pass. Ohtani, right now, going into yesterday, had a 2.10 ERA and was holding opponents to a 126 batting average. But he's also has 14 home runs and has a .632 slugging percentage. At the pace right now, he's slated to hit 57 home runs.
What's his batting average?
I got to pull that up for you. But
Wow.
I just had to write down a few things there. It's
57 home runs.
57 home runs. How great would that be if he started?
I want him to win 20 games and hit 60.
How great would it be if he started the All-Star game but also hitting the home run derby?
Yeah.
See, that's you want to inject a little bit of life in there.
Yeah.
Have him be elected to the All-Star game, announce him as a starter, and say he's also going to do this.
How about this is something that we encourage to happen more often? Whereas, in high school,
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
you pitched one day.
Yeah.
The other day, you played your other position.
Well, not only that, when he got done pitching, they moved him into right field for the third time this season.
Yeah.
For those of you who play fantasy baseball, that becomes relevant because some places like at CBSSports.com that now moves him from being a DH only to outfield relevant. He's playing the field on the same days that he's pitching.
Right.
It's incredible. It really is. It's something we haven't seen. And talk about the old school versus new school way of thinking. That's what it is. Last night, the first no-hitter for the Yankees in 21 years. It's the first time the Yankees have had one in the century because the last one happened in 1999 when David Cohn did it. It was the 8th longest drought in the majors for a team. It's the 12th no-hitter in Yankees history, and it's the first time Major League Baseball has had back-to-back no-hitters since
Does it have a list of the no-hitters thrown?
Of what, all-time
for
for Yankees? I can pull it up.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
You got Kluber and Clone.
I know David Wells threw one as well.
I know. I was going to say that.
Okay, go on. Take a guess.
I'm guessing Whitey Ford did.
I'm going to have this for you in just a few seconds, so if you want to keep guessing, that's fine. It will not take me too long to find this.
Do you think... I'm trying to think some of their pitchers in the 70s.
You went to Phil Niekro threw one or something strange
what
like that.
What about Rigetti?
Dave Rigetti?
Yeah.
Fair guess.
I don't know. Be interesting. Trying to think of famous Yankee pitchers.
I guess I don't have it pulled up there. Yeah, I'll make sure we do that.
No big deal.
Yeah, so it was the 6th no-hitter of the season. We already talked about that. The modern-day record is 7. While the all-time record is 8. That was in 1884. Yeah. They're currently on... it's currently on record to throw 20 no-hitters in a season. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. What scares me is if Major League Baseball does something really weird, like changes the baseballs halfway through the season. And it's always
it doesn't
possible.
seem to me like home runs are down, are they, overall?
No, but like Mikey's right. They're swinging for the fences. But 3 teams, 6 no-hitters between 3 teams. That's terrible.
Well, yeah, 3 teams got no-hitted
Fire
twice.
those hitting coaches. And we were talking about La Russa before we talked to Jake, and here's a quote from CBS Sports baseball expert Matt Snyder, and it's kind of an interesting quote, and this goes back to the Tony La Russa thing. I will never understand when we got to this place where a 3-0 count was somehow sacred. A hitter is supposed to let a pitcher throw a strike on 3-0, and then he's allowed to resume trying to get a hit on the next pitch, apparently. You'll hear something like, he's just going to get that pitch again on 3-1. First off, anyone who says this hasn't been paying attention to 3-1 counts for about 2 decades. Secondly, even if a pitcher still grooved 3-1 fastballs routinely, why should you wait on that when you're already going to get one on 3-0? See the ball, hit the ball, right? I guess if it's see the ball, hit the ball, unless it's 3-0 count then. It's these kind of circular logic discussions that make me embarrassed for a great sport. It's basically just noise. And I don't disagree with it. 3-0 is something you try to teach them the game of being like, to be a patient hitter. 3-1, it's a hitter's pitch. I mean, I don't know how long I've been saying it, and I've been coaching for, probably close to 20 years. Hey, let's take here, or if the game's out of line, hey, you got a green light, go ahead and hack at it. 3-1, hitter's pitch every time. I mean, I wear T-shirts on the show. Live life like it's a 3-1 count, meaning just swing away, go after it, have fun. But that doesn't mean, like in a Major League Baseball player, especially with a positional player, that you have to take on 3-0. I don't know what La Russa's thinking. You know what? He probably didn't know that he was a positional player in there, to be honest with you. He didn't realize that a pitcher could be substituted for in extra inning games.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
All right, the NBA.
All right, what's the story? What's the narrative that's
when
being
I'm telling you this
preached?
Is that I've been listening to the reactions last night from the Lakers Golden State Warrior game. Lakers down at 1 point 13, they came back to 6, and they went down minus 12, came back, and they ended up winning the game. In regulation, didn't go to overtime. Steph Curry carried that team. Draymond Green I don't think Draymond Green got to 5 points. If he did, maybe 6. Steph Curry carried that team. And this morning, everything is about Steph Curry.
Okay.
How he has, 1, changed the game, which is true.
Okay.
2, if Shaq made defenses tighten up around the center position, he has expanded the defenses, which is true. He changed what's going on as far as like the dunk contest goes, because now you go to the gyms and everyone wants to shoot the 3. You have the Splash Brothers. All that's true. And because of the Kevin Durant thing, he only won 1 without Kevin Durant. Yep. And the Durant thing kind of, and even Kerr said like he's the best player, one of the best players. He's the best player on the team, even though they had Curry. So now everyone's looking at it like, this poor guy is wasting away here in Golden State. I'm not done. I'm not done. This guy, he doesn't get the respect that he deserves. This guy, he should have more titles, and he's in his prime. He'd probably get 4 more. And guess what that leads up to, T-Roy?
Him leaving to go play with LeBron.
No, I don't know about that, but he's going to be next summer a free agent. Not this summer, 2021, but 2022. And if Klay Thompson doesn't come back the way it is, and Draymond Green, continues some of the antics or whatever else, he might want to look at other things. Your entire NBA year next year is going to be based on speculation on if he's going to be a free agent, and it already started before the actual playoffs begin. And when I say that, I'm saying
and they're still not out of the playoffs.
No, they play Memphis tomorrow night. Yeah, they have to play tomorrow night to get in. They will be the 8th seed, and they'll play the Jazz in the first round. So, yeah, they're not out of playoffs either. And when I say that's manufactured, I just find it odd that 2 competing sports news sites, your ESPN, your Fox, and I'm pretty sure CBS will get in here involved somewhere, that they have the exact same idea of, and when I listen to it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're saying the exact same thing. I believe it's manufactured. I believe it's to keep NBA relevant and eat throughout the fall and everything else. I'm like, hey, he hasn't signed an extension. and everything. So it's always goofy like that. And so, yeah. So, anyway, that's where I find it's going to be going there or whatever, because he had a great he did a great job, but it was a matter of what's going to be the future, and I think that's it. I am struggling to change the camera here because we've got an in studio.
Well, you know what's funny is the in studio guest, if you will. This morning, or this afternoon, when we fired up the show and it said the cat in the hat, Statman Surge.
Yeah.
I almost said, you know what? I kind of miss Surge.
Yeah, you thought about changing it.
I was like, no. I said I kind of miss Surge. I wonder what he's doing today.
So
hey, there he is!
For the
it was like
second
like I had premonition in my head.
What's up, gangsters?
So for the second hour, we have Surge in studio.
Hey,
and by no means did I at all know anything about this.
He did not.
Well, when that door opened, he's got his glasses and his hat on, and I'm like, it took me a second because he was all bent down. I'm like, who the hell is that? Hey, we're live.
Yeah, I had no. Anyway, Serge is getting his stuff ready here. We'll be with him in a second. I had no idea. I will say this. When I said to you earlier in the show, T-Ray, I said this is going to be probably from the hip we've been in a while. Nothing like written down or
darn right
anything like that.
This is almost like the time when Serge got kidnapped from the studio.
So, anyway, Serge, welcome to the show.
Hassle Nation.
What's up, buddy?
What's shaking?
How do you look good?
A little TLR talk.
I always look good.
A little what talk?
A little TLR.
Yeah, a little TLR.
I love your TLR.
That's fantastic. The TLR is fantastic. He's a gift.
Tony
La Russa. He's the gift that keeps on giving right now. It's good for Major League Baseball to talk about.
Well, the thing is like he's doing everything he can to be an idiot, but they're still winning ball games, right?
There you go.
Yeah, they're in first place in their division, right?
So they're tied for the best record in baseball.
Yeah,
with the Giants.
So despite him,
the Giants keep winning.
Yeah. Despite him, they're still a very popular franchise.
Yeah, without their top two players.
Yeah.
Without Eloy or Luis Robert.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the thing. It's got to be good.
That's all, Jay.
I love it.
It's a good thing that what you have as a White Sox fan is you're winning. It's one thing if you're getting upset about, I don't want to call them antics, but
their antics.
Tony La Russa.
You're fine.
But you're winning, so it's a good problem to have. It's a conversation to have, and then in the end, even if someone is like a blind loyalist to TLR, they're gonna go. Yeah, but at the end, everyone goes, but we're winning. Yeah.
You know, at first I thought you guys were messing up Total Request
Live. Nah,
right.
I think everyone does. Yeah.
It was perfect.
So this leads me to a lot of questions that we've been talking about, Serge, because we just got done talking about Steph Curry.
I know. I was listening.
Yeah. But really, it's about the postseason more than anything else. And last night, I said...
Is it the postseason, though?
It's playing.
Is it?
You don't like it, I take it?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
Well,
I don't care.
Let's start with 7 versus 8, 9 versus 10.
Okay.
Super smart.
But I know, but you lose the 9 versus 10, you lose, you're done. You win, you wait to play the loser of the other one. It's kind of like consolation to get in. So they're still trying to get the 7-8 is still in there.
It's horrible.
Would you rather they just expanded it to 10 teams and seeded it out from there?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I was more fine.
This play-in...
Or how about this? You expand it to 10 teams. Your top 2 teams get a first-round bye.
There you go.
And then you go from there.
Wow. You could be a commissioner.
But last year in the bubble,
they don't pay enough.
Was your 10. Last year, it was your 10 versus 7, 9 versus 8, and the 10 had to beat the 7 twice. The 7 only had to beat them once. The higher seed only had to beat them once. But they were in the bubble then.
But then they do a rock, paper, scissors at center court to see who gets home court advantage for the night.
I know why they're doing that, though, because they don't want to have team to have 3 games in a row at home, and that's not fair to the other owner that gets the revenue if there was 3 games because we can't travel anywhere because of COVID. So I see why they're doing it, why they did it this way now.
You're too nice.
What are they playing this in a bubble too?
No, they're not. Unless you're the Clippers versus the Lakers because they just play at the same place.
Gotcha.
All
right. I guess my other question is,
it worked to their. Listen to me. I can tell you.
Last year, it was you had to win 2, right? 2 out of 3. Is that how it was?
If you're 7-10. All right,
okay.
Let's say 7 plays 10.
Yeah.
10 had to beat them twice. They had to win the first game.
Gotcha.
At 7 only had to win once.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you go 1-1, you're done. Or whatever else you had to go. Yeah. Anyway, so the reason why it's a cash grab, and it's also one of those things like Lakers. I don't know. LeBron's been kind of hurt, and you got him in.
Cash grab, but then they paint it as, and you guys both know this. They paint it as this. Oh, it gets more people excited about their team having a chance.
You need Zion in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was what it was.
And
they still didn't make
again,
it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it gets everybody more excited. No, in the essence, it's a cash grab, and then the NBA is like, hey, we have some younger stars that are playing on teams that maybe they're not quite there yet, but we can get them in the playoffs, get a few more eyes on them.
Yeah,
I want the Jazz. I'm rooting for that. I like that Donovan Mitchell kid.
Yeah, the West is going to be open. East I think, is pretty tight. It's 1 and 2 in my eyes, but West is going to be.
Who's the one seed in the East? Is it the Sixers?
Yes, it's the Sixers.
Okay.
Yeah, and the Nets are the 2, and then so the Clippers. We were talking about this the other day. Clippers basically tanked so they get the 4 because they didn't want to see the Lakers till the Western Conference Finals, and the NBA is fine with it and whatnot. But the NBA does this stuff to kind of change their playoff format because keep people talking about it when it's going on right now in the play-in game. But anyway, I said last night that nobody is excited for this about the Lakers unless you're the Clippers because they didn't want to see them, and you're live game betting or you're a Lakers fan. A friend of the show, Andy Gadiant and Brandon Trent, said it's false. It's false. I just want to write back, have fun cheering for the Yankees, boys. Andy's a Lakers fan, so I don't know what Brandon is. I think he's a Bulls fan, but
no, Gadiant's Warriors, but also LeBron fan. He's not a Laker fan.
Okay.
I thought he was a Kobe fan too.
That too.
It's too much for me.
Yeah,
I'm lost.
Right.
You know, we haven't surged in so long. There's so many things I want to touch on. Let's get back to a real sport.
Sure.
What about that Bears draft?
Love it.
I thought you did.
Loved it.
I thought it was a great draft for the Bears.
Yep. Jay and I were actually talking the other day about how I agreed with him on his week 4 start Fields. Not after the bye week. You were out that day. Merrick was here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They were talking about, do you start him right away? Does it ruin him if he gets a couple licks, if he gets knocked down a bunch, if he gets sacked? Or do you wait until week 10 or 11 is their bye, right?
Yes.
If he's ready to go week 1, start him.
Nope.
You don't think so? I don't start him.
No. You have, if you didn't have any other options.
I think they have strong enough O-line.
You have 2 other good options at quarterback. Let him learn. Let him learn.
Boy, I had to put up with almost the entire year Andy Dalton. I don't want you have to go through that.
Okay, you also have Foles. You have two veteran quarterbacks.
Okay.
That can start for a couple games. If he's ready game 3, then go ahead. But I would say I agreed with Jay on week 4. I thought that was a perfect call. I think it's the.
Let me ask you this. We'll throw this scenario out at you. It's preseason. And
it is.
During practice, Nick Foles tears his labia. He can't play anymore for at least 8 weeks. And then in the last game of preseason, Andy Dalton gets a severe concussion.
Okay.
Sound familiar to you? But also during preseason, man, Justin Fields has been looking really good. And he comes in and he starts week 1.
Okay. Right.
That's what Dak Prescott did. I mean, I'm going to have to assume Justin Fields should be able to do the same. That's my thought.
No, I agree.
Dak that first year went 13-3, I believe.
I remember when he was good.
I love you so much.
Well, let's take a look at all the
I wanted to go back to this ranking thing. Now we got Serge here,
Let's do that when we come back, okay? We'll do that. Let's take a quick break. I'll give you your trivia question before we go. All right?
Okay.
And since we're talking about the draft, Davis Mills, the number 67 pick to the Houston Texans, is the 24th Stanford quarterback to have been selected in the history of the NFL. In the history of the NFL draft.
How many is he?
He's the 24th Stanford quarterback to have been selected in the history of the NFL draft.
Okay.
So Davis Mills, the number 67 pick to the Houston Texans, the number 24th Stanford quarterback to have been selected in the history of the NFL draft. Only one school has had more QBs drafted. What school is it? I'll give you that. We'll take a look at the power rankings, kind of see where they're at. We can also, I have many more questions, like I said, that we can talk about when we come back here at Don't Hassle Us. We're local here on ESPN 1170 AM. And want to say welcome to Serge being in here with us as well. We'll be right back.
Hey, just happy to be back. Yeah. Locally owned and operated in the Quad Cities since 1934, Tri-City has been your source for restaurant equipment value, quality, very competitive prices, and full service. Your restaurant equipment choices include kitchen, cookware, cooking equipment, refrigeration, kitchen utensils, tableware, china, glassware, and flatware. All restaurant equipment and kitchen equipment sales are guaranteed, including 30 days labor and 90-day parts. Are you looking to cater an event? Maybe just looking for some specific items for you, the home chef? Check out Tri-City Equipment online at tricityequipment.com or stop down to 527 West 4th Street in Davenport. Check out their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom with over 1,600 items in stock. Tri-City does deliver to Quad City residents. They will match any online price. Call them today at 563-322-5382 for any questions you may need for your bar, restaurant, or personal kitchen. Showroom hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday at Tri-City Equipment, located at 527 West 4th Street. Additional talking points we will read after this ad. Been using them since...
Make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous. Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
You like that? You like that?
This is Brian Rothenberger, radio guy for the Quad City Storm. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, we're local.
Just do it. Stop dragging yourself around feeling like you don't have to live this way. I repeat, you don't have to live this way. What you need is to replace the testosterone you have lost over time. Make an appointment at Limitless Male Medical. They will change your life. And don't do it tomorrow. Do it today. Make an appointment at Limitless Male and get your life back. Just do it at limitlessmale.com. The men's health experts. Insurance accepted.
River Valley Turf is your Quad Cities John Deere dealer specializing in lawn and garden, commercial equipment, John Deere utility vehicles, and compact tractors. River Valley Turf has a huge inventory of both new and used power equipment to get the job done right the first time. Deer season is going on now, so come shop the selection and save. Buy now before they're gone. Unlike the box stores, we let you drive it before you buy it. Stop in and see what River Valley Turf has to offer today, located in both Davenport, Iowa and Silvis, Illinois, or visit rivervalleyturf.com.
O'Reilly. Ready for an oil change? Our professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts recommend all the best products to get the job done right, like 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil on sale now just $28.95. And we'll make sure you have all the supplies you need, including a filter, funnel, shop towels, drain pan, and more. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Sorry to interrupt your jams, murder mystery podcasts, or motivational beach noises, but we got something else you might like to hear. It's called cash. That's the sound of an extra $250 after your first 10 deliveries with Uber Eats. That's right, an extra $250 on top of all the other cash you'll make during those first 10 deliveries. If that sounds good, visit t.uber.com/extra250. Uber Eats, deliver with us. Limited time offer, terms apply. See t.uber.com/extra250 for more details.
Gotta finish this today.
Cristiano's construction projects typically run smoothly, but this project's pipeline is about to burst.
Yo, boss, where you want us to put this? To the left. Your other left. John.
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The first ever GM Ford Mopar Nationals is coming to Cordova International Raceway Saturday the 22nd. See the Ozark Mountain Super Shifters and the Nostalgia Pro Stocks at the same time for the first time ever. Enjoy long, smoky burnouts, gear jamming, and wheelies galore. Midwest Top Sportsman and Victory Nostalgia Super Stocks battle it out to see who's the best brand on the ground. Plus, box class and no box bracket races. Saturday, May 22nd. Gates open at 8. Track is hot at 10. For more info, visit Cordova International Raceway at racecir.com.
I'm Kyle Montgomery with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. As the Eagles begin phase 2 of their offseason workouts, second-year quarterback Jalen Hurts has been given the keys to the franchise. But Hurts says he's preparing to battle for and earn that starting job.
Rennes do every day. It's always been that way for me. Always been a get better mentality every day, grow every day, be a better leader every day, be a better quarterback every day. And when that Rennes do, I don't plan on missing no payments.
There will also be a QB battle in San Francisco, despite the Niners drafting Trey Lance 3rd overall. GM John Lynch says he told Jimmy Garoppolo they had no plans to trade him this season, and he'd have every chance to keep his starting job. And 7th overall pick Penei Sewell signed a 4-year, $24 million contract with the Lions. Sewell is expected in Detroit this week for team workouts. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Lowe's wants your home's inside to be as cool as the outside. With Valspar Ultra Interior Paint starting at $25.98 per gallon and up to $500 off select major appliance purchases. Stop by Lowe's in-store or shop online this Memorial Day. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Paint pricing valid through 5/26/21. Must ask store to apply discount or enter promo code online. Can't be combined with more discounts. Savings vary based on eligible total purchase. See Lowe's.com for restrictions. Valid through 6/9/21. U.S. only.
At Napa, we keep things moving. If it has wheels and an engine, we help keep it on the road. And if it's on the road, we have parts for it. And if you need a part, you can get it fast, like same-day pickup or next-day delivery fast. At Napa, when we're not thinking about cars, we're thinking about the people who drive them. Because when it comes to serving you and our community, our motor never quits. That's Napa know-how. Same-day pickup and next-day delivery available at participating stores and on in-stock items only.
From the Vegas Gaming Cafe, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBLB Davenport, a Town Square media station.
We are back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Don't Hassle Us Local. Serge, Jay, and T-Roy in the house.
Weather's getting better. Serge is in studio. Everything's coming up
together.
We're like a vegetable medley again.
Before we went to break, I gave you a trivia question. Okay. Davis Mills went 67th overall in the NFL draft to the Houston Texans. He is the 24th Stanford quarterback to have been selected in the history of the NFL draft. Only one school has had more QBs drafted. What school is it?
I say it's USC.
And Serge?
I've been tipped off online here, so I'm gonna bow out of this one.
Why? How'd you get tipped off?
Comment thread, bud.
Who said it? Were they right? What do you say?
Ezra's looked it up.
And it's?
He just said it's another Pac-12 school.
Yeah, it is a Pac-12 school.
He was wrong with Notre Dame.
He's wrong with Notre Dame.
Was it UCLA?
It's not UCLA.
Oregon?
No.
That's it right.
Washington.
It's USC. You got it right. Yeah.
Oh,
I was going to say that was a really good guess.
I thought I was wrong. I thought you were saying I was wrong.
No. So drafted. So like, you really, if you think about it, I mean,
it's been a while.
I was at Notre Dame. I was at Texas. I was all over the place, and then I
wrote down Notre Dame, and then I wrote down USC, and I thought about it for a second. And I said I think it's USC because I just went off the top of my head. I thought of butt fumble.
Yeah. Sam Darnold, Sanchez, Carson Palmer.
Yes.
Let's keep going.
I had 4 in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
and I think, what can we name?
You got the guy that won the Super Bowl for the Raiders.
Plunkett,
and then from there I just figured there had to been a lot more than
Andrew. Well, was he USC or Stanford?
Who?
Plunkett.
I thought he was USC.
I feel like he's Stanford.
I don't know.
But then Elway was Stanford, right?
Elway was Stanford.
And then Luck was Stanford. And then who's all these other smart guys?
I don't know. They just got to be drafted.
I understand that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I just went with USC because it seemed like
I completely understand.
Guys that we did know, like there was 4 of them right off the bat.
All right, so
Plunkett was Stanford.
Okay, all right.
That's why you have the stat cat here.
That's why. Right. So yes, I did think that. All right, so we had the power rankings the other day. So they're in front of you.
Yes,
sir. As far as the power rankings go, and under the same format, the 1 seed will get the bye.
Yep.
So that means.
So I got the. So basically, the
7 teams make the playoffs from the NFC, from the AFC and the NFC.
All right, so basically the one in the 2 rank are Kansas City and Tampa Bay.
Okay, so Kansas City gets the 1, Tampa Bay gets the 1.
Kansas City wins the AFC West, and Tampa wins the NFC South. And then you keep going down, okay?
Mm-hmm.
At 3, Buffalo is there, so that means they win the AFC East.
So they would be the 2 seed, okay?
Okay.
Yep.
The Rams are at 4, so that means they win the NFC West.
And they're the 2 seed.
So they're the 2 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then keep going.
Yes, I'm thinking.
Green Bay at 5, so that's assuming they win the NFC North.
Yeah, they're the 3 seed.
Baltimore at the 6, that assumes they win the AFC North.
And that would make them the 3rd in the AFC, okay.
Okay. Now from there, you got your first break in the action. Cleveland then is what we call a wild card.
Yeah, because they there's no way they can go. We need the 4. Then what would be
wins? So all right. So we got to keep going to find.
I need the AFC South.
Yeah, I need the AFC South. So the AFC South is Tennessee.
Tennessee is the 4. Okay, and then
we need the NFC
East. Yes,
and that is Dallas.
Okay, now going back to after that.
Okay.
So then Cleveland would be the 5.
Cleveland will be the 5, and then we'll just continue with the AFC to make it easy.
Sure.
Okay. The next is Indianapolis, so they would be a wild card.
And they're the 6.
Miami would be a wild card.
Okay, and then we have now cleared out the AFC.
The AFC's done then.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we need our wild cards for the NFC.
Yes.
Right? We got every division winner. Down 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. I'm going to need the very first wild card. The
first wild card is Seattle.
Okay.
The next one is San Francisco. Okay. And are you ready for this?
Yeah. According to the power rankings.
The next one is Arizona.
According to the ESPN power rankings.
These power rankings. So basically, every team in the NFC West makes the playoffs.
No.
Now, teams really close on the outside looking in, Minnesota is the 13 rank, and Pittsburgh is the 15. They don't even have New Orleans making the playoffs.
Pittsburgh's not making it. I don't think Seattle's making it. I don't think Tennessee's making it this year. And I don't think Baltimore's making it this year. There's got to be something that comes up. Green Bay is going to be an interesting one.
Sir, what's your take? Is he gone?
June 2nd.
Well,
I'm with you.
Let's play a game here. Bye-bye.
I love games.
You don't like us, we don't like you. We'll take you in full FU mode for another year. And we're going to do that by doing one thing. Taking on this $23 million contract that is also $13 to the salary cap. We're going to trade for Julio Jones because Atlanta needs that. They need help. They know, and it's on today. Atlanta said he is on the block, guys.
Atlanta said that today?
Yes.
I did not see
Atlanta said we cannot afford his contract to Matt Ryan. $23 million if we get rid of him right now. $13 million guaranteed a salary cap hit. We need to get rid of the $13 million. It's either 13 or 15. All right, we have to get rid of the salary cap hit.
That doesn't surprise me that you say something like that. I mean that in a very nice way. You think outside the box. You see bigger picture. T-Ray, where do you think he's going?
I think it's a done deal. He's going to the Broncos.
Okay, I actually disagree with both you guys.
And the reason I feel this,
I would love to see him go with the Broncos. Don't get me wrong.
I think the Broncos had an opportunity to trade up, and they didn't in the draft. And I just think that they had a backdoor deal with Green Bay, saying, "All right, this is what we're going to do." You know, and the trade is going to be they got some players. Yeah. They already have it lined up. We're going to draft. We draft. You draft. We that. This is going to be the trade. And Green Bay's like, yes, but wait till after blankety blank because it costs us less on salary.
Hold on. Are you thinking that I'm thinking that they're going to trade Aaron Rodgers to the Falcons? No.
No, you're not saying that.
I'm saying they're bringing Julio Jones into Green Bay.
Oh, no.
You and I'm saying front office and Aaron Rodgers. I'm front office, you're Aaron Rodgers. We don't see eye to eye. We don't like each other.
He's gone.
I know you're going to be FU mode, and I'm going to bring this weapon for you also.
No, he's done. He's done with Green Bay.
Even if Julio Jones comes in.
Even if Julio Jones comes in. Okay. Does Julio Jones play offensive tackle?
It's a great question.
Okay,
let me look it up. Okay.
No.
That is a great point because it leads to let's keep going on. So where do you think he's going to go?
So the reason, number one reason I think he's leaving. No, sorry, I know he's leaving Green Bay.
Okay.
I talked to him earlier.
Sure. Texted me.
That's where he came from. Right?
That's
all Aaron.
That's why he was late.
He's in the parking lot. I would have been here.
What did Green Bay do about their quarterback situation?
Their quarterback last year?
No, this year.
Oh, they got a bunch of backups already.
Yeah, they're preparing for his exit.
Yeah,
they're ready. They want to be prepared before.
That's why I think they got a deal done.
Right, they are wheeling. They don't have a deal done yet.
Okay,
they are sticking to their ground of no, we're not selling, so they can get better offers.
Okay,
they have padded up their quarterback situation so they can be better prepared to deal him. Now, Denver would be awesome, but I don't think Rodgers is going to accept a Denver trade because he doesn't have that caliber team.
Okay.
San Francisco would be ideal for him. That's his best chance at winning, but they don't need him anymore. They don't want him.
No, they got their guy.
They have their guy. Let's see, where else? Oh, my number one pick. Ready?
You know, can I guess?
Yep.
Gosh, Las Vegas?
You nailed it.
Okay.
Yep, Raiders. Okay, Chucky is never happy with his quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Carr has been up and down. They're going to try to wheel and deal Carr to Green Bay in a deal for Aaron Rodgers.
And Carr has a certain type of salary cap hit that if they cut him, though, too.
Chucky's still trying to get Brett Favre.
He's
never happy with this situation there. He loves Aaron Rodgers. He loves Green Bay quarterbacks.
He loves Skechers, too.
He does.
You're 5 hours away from L.A., right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Not bad, because we have to think of the lady friend.
And they are sold out. Raiders,
and they play
Bears,
the Death Star.
And they've got a nightclub.
October is sold out.
And they've got a nightclub. Not that he cares about that.
DM Stadium so bad.
Huh?
I want to go to that stadium so bad. Ryan Reeves, our resident Raiders fan, I talked to him like a week ago. I'm like, hey, so October, you want to pull the trigger? He goes, done. Sorry, sold out.
Yeah.
I was going to go with, oh shoot. Anyway, I was going to go to the Chiefs-Cowboys game, and it's the week that we're going to Disney.
Okay.
So,
way to make it about you.
I know.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just kidding. The Raiders, I could see that.
They didn't reschedule that for you?
No. I tried. I called Jerry.
So,
hey, dude.
Tennessee?
No. Let's go through the list.
Well, you got to go where there's a quarterback situation.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm going down the list. Going down the list.
It'd be really cool if you went to the Bears.
Seattle?
Cubs.
Follow me. He goes to Seattle. They get Russell Wilson. He loves Wisconsin.
I'm going more with Surge. Green Bay's going. But what has Green Bay done outside of that, though? Yeah.
Minnesota? Brett Favre in it?
And they're not trading him to.
I know. I'm joking.
Within their division.
They're not going to.
How about this? Steelers?
Why?
Follow
year?
Me? You know, Ben's done, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ben's done. I mean, we're not even sure if Ben makes the playoffs.
They just signed Mason Rudolph to a
Big Ben
extension.
takes longer bathroom breaks than Snoop.
Jeez, sir. Listen.
Ding, ding, ding,
Yeah. Okay.
Listen.
All right. Here's my other thought, Serge, and this is the place where I thought you were going to say when Jay was doing his guess and he said nailed it. I'm like, dang it! All right. New Orleans.
That wouldn't be bad for him.
And I think that is a good coach for him.
I
think
agree
Sean
with that
Payton,
too. Yeah.
Sean Payton's a very good coach. I think he's like the kind of coach that talks with his quarterback and works with his quarterback and plays his quarterback's strengths, no matter what. You know what I mean?
Because they're the same age.
There you go.
Yeah. You got a good defense. You've got offensive weapons.
Okay.
That you can pass to. That's
Outside looking in, Washington.
No.
I say outside looking in because
that's dumpster fire.
I think but I think he could have went there before. The Giants, which I would hate.
What else is there for him?
I don't know. I mean,
Raiders make sense.
I think New Orleans are the Raiders. I'm with you.
Yeah, I do think that the
New Orleans,
or
New Orleans is interesting.
Yeah, and Denver is in there as well. Denver's in play as well. But yeah, the Raiders one being that close to LA.
If Denver offers him the most money, which they're going to have to do, maybe.
Let me ask you this. So he leaves Green Bay. Let's just say this happens. It's done.
When he leaves on June 2nd, yes.
Okay.
Go on.
Over under. Over under. How many wins does Green Bay have?
When
he leaves?
When Rodgers leaves, 6.
Over under 6?
Mm-hmm.
Jay, pull up the schedule. Let's see where we're at.
Okay. I will definitely pull it up. All right.
Sorry that took me so long.
It's okay.
What's that? Yeah.
Win. Loss. Love it.
My ESPN here.
This is, I mean, and how about this, too? I mean, Green Bay fans are going to freak out. Right?
Who?
Oh,
No, because...
Oh, what do you mean they're not going to freak out?
They're going to freak out.
They're already freaking out, Jay. 23 years. They've never had to deal with a quarterback situation before. They wouldn't last one quarter being a Bear fan.
I know.
1 quarter.
Never, ever, Merrick pointed out, never, ever had the Packers had a same quarterback for more than 16 years.
Correct.
Yes.
And this is his 16th
I mean, we're going to have to do a welfare check on Erickson.
I know.
Because was it Star?
Mrs. Erickson, is he going to make it?
Was it Star Favre? 16.
Yeah.
And Rodgers just finished his 15th year.
Oh, so gotcha.
So this would be his 16th year.
No,
give me my
be
team.
17th.
I think it's 16th.
Yeah.
I can double check.
Well, either way. All right, where's the schedule? Come on.
It's coming. Here we go.
Is it?
Yeah. Sometimes it, just when you really want it to go fast. All right,
Just
so.
when you want your computer to work, right?
Okay.
All right.
Week 1.
All right.
At the Saints.
Loss.
You don't even know who's quarterback in the
I'm
Saints.
saying without Favre, it's a loss.
Without Favre, okay.
Whatever his name is.
2.0. All right, at home against the Lions.
That's a win.
Okay. At the 49ers.
Loss.
Home against the Steelers.
Loss.
At Cincinnati.
Loss.
At the Chicago Bears.
Loss.
Home against the Washington football team.
Loss.
At the Arizona Cardinals.
Loss.
At the Kansas City Chiefs.
Definite loss.
Home against the Seattle Seahawks.
Loss.
At the Minnesota Vikings.
Loss.
Home against the Rams.
Loss. Then they have a tough schedule even if they have him.
Home against the Bears. Night game.
Win. I just say win just because they always...
Sunday night game of the week.
Yeah.
Okay, after a bye week too, so we'll give them the win there. Okay. At Baltimore.
That's a loss. Without Favre or without Rodgers. Sorry.
I like it. I like. You can keep saying without Favre. It makes me happy. But I just give
Favre
you
2.0.
Yeah, home against the Browns.
Loss.
Then Monday night football game. Yeah, Monday night football game. Home against the Vikings. Yeah, Lambeau.
Yeah,
Monday night
win.
football game.
Win.
And then finish out the season at Detroit.
We'll go win.
Is that 4 or 5?
4 and 13. Now let's do that schedule again with Favre 2.0.
Okay.
Okay.
With Aaron Favre.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aaron Favre.
At New Orleans.
I say win with him.
Then Monday night football game at home against the Lions.
That's definitely a win with him.
Then you've got Sunday night football game at San Francisco.
Oof.
Loss.
I'll say that's a loss right now. That's going to be a fun game to watch.
Home against the Steelers.
Win.
At Cincinnati Bungles, the Burrows.
Win.
At Chicago Bears.
Who's quarterback in the Bears?
If it's up to me and Serge, it's Fields.
I'll just give him a loss.
Oh my God, Fields takes Aaron Rodgers out.
Bear fans are going to be going nuts, right, Serge?
6 to midnight, right? Home against the Washington football team.
Win.
At Arizona, and that would be Thursday night game of the week. At Arizona.
I'll give him a loss.
At the Chiefs.
Oof, that's going to be a loss. I'm sorry.
Even with the extra days to prepare?
Yes.
Yes, it is. All right. Home against the Seahawks.
That's a win.
At the Vikings.
I'll say win. I think they sweep Minnesota this year.
Home against the Rams.
Ooh, I'll give them a win, but that's going to be tough.
Home against the Bears.
Win.
That is your Sunday night game of the week, and it's off of a bye. Okay. At Baltimore.
Win.
Home against the Browns.
Win.
Home against the Vikings.
Win.
At Detroit.
Win. Well, just reverse it.
13-4.
4-13, 13-4.
Okay.
And that's probably about right for what
Third straight year with 13 victories.
Yeah.
And third straight year bowing out either in the NFC Championship game or earlier. And it would be twice the NFC Championship. And nothing's changed.
The thing is
what's the definition? What's the definition of insanity?
Keep doing the same thing over and over again.
And expecting different results.
Yeah. I mean, if you're him, just think about it. If you're him, you're pissed, right? You're pissed at all this. You're like, I gotta go. This is the same thing that Favre got pissed about.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Like, quit just giving me one dude.
Even if the results are 13-4, which as a fan, or 13-3, 13-4, as a fan, you're like, this is great. Look where we're at. But
they've had opportunities. Look at these other teams. Look at like Arizona, for example.
Mm-hmm.
They just started loading up on receivers. They got DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green. They already had the other kid, the Christian Kirk kid's there, who's really solid, and they get Rondale Moore.
Mm-hmm.
That's weapons galore. Oh, by the way, they signed James Conner.
Yeah.
High weapons. He's had Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones for about the last 5 seasons. That's it. They keep giving him names like Valdez.
MVS.
The oil spill guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they keep giving him guys that end up dropping the ball a ton. I mean, think about that, too. I know Valdez had some bad drops, and there's other guys that are supposed to end up being okay, like that St. Brown.
That's very interesting because just think about how many guys that have made the Lambeau leap that you're like, huh? Who?
Right. Look, like all of a sudden he gets this Robert Tonyan kid comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Who the hell was Robert Tonyan? Nobody knew who it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know why Tonyan looks so good? Because Favre's throwing it.
I like it. Keep it up. It's fine. I don't care.
I'm screwing up.
It makes it, yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. Like, he makes these guys better, but he's really only had 2 legitimate stars, weapons, with him.
I'm just saying, I don't. You're gonna, as a fan, you're gonna take the 13-3 and you're not gonna complain about it. Yeah, you're gonna get the playoffs and they'll blow it in the playoffs type of thing, and that, not so much blow it, but maybe you'll overcome some things and get there. But for him, he's got to go. Yeah, I can get you there every year, but it's toxic. I'm not happy here, and so he's got to figure out another way to do things. And the whole thing is demanding a trade or whatnot. They have to want to trade him, and if you think they're holding on. The problem is you have to make that trade in June, because once you get to preseason, he's not there, then all the clout that you have, all the stock that you have, now you're only getting offers of 8 cents on the dollar.
That's why he's leaving June 2nd.
They're going to trade him June 2nd. Mm-hmm. Yeah, once they can, once it opens up. And the only other thing that they can do is call in and be like, we'll bring in Julio Jones. I don't know. And and they're going to tell Julio Jones.
I just don't think that's going to be enough for him. I think he's had it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, he doesn't play O-line.
No.
He's still going to get beat up. He's had weapons before. Julio Jones, is he great?
I mean, if you think about this,
2 years ago,
in my eyes right now, the Bears have more wide receiver weapons than they do.
Just schedule at Green Bay's. Where can I see their results? They 2 years ago, though, they started off the season pretty well, and he was in his post-game conferences like, my uniform's never been this clean. So he was talking well about the offensive line. Now, I don't know the changes, personnel that they've made in 2 years. That was 2 years ago. And it was really early in the season, maybe week 4 or 5, but he was like...
Well, they got that Bakhtari dude, and he got hurt, but he's supposedly going to be back.
Yeah.
But, kind of go back to what I said about the Bears. I meant more receiving weapons, not wide receiving weapons. I think the Bears tight end is really good, the Komet guy. And Allen Robinson, if you start looking at some of the stats Allen Robinson has and what he's had for receptions, contested receptions, and everything else, and then you go back and think about who's been throwing to him.
Right.
You're like, holy cow.
With 2 seconds to pass.
Right. Like, the Allen Robinson is truly a good weapon. Like, just has not been able to flourish because of the lack of talent throwing to him. Yeah. You're him. if you're, by the way, if you're that entire division, you want him gone.
Right.
I mean, that's it.
Oh, absolutely.
From right there, I mean, I think Minnesota is the benefactor this year if he's gone. That's just my thought. The Bears still have a little growing to do, but you know, they could hit lightning in a bottle with what, you know, with Fields. It can happen. They have a solid running back. They have a solid O-line.
That's when I again talking about Aaron Rodgers though, the 2 years ago he was bragging about it, but let's go through the whole thing again. The post game
Jenkins draft that dude is a manimal for O-line. I mean, the Bears O-line is going to be really freaking good, you guys.
I believe really see it.
Okay, I'm just saying. I think that helps Montgomery a ton. Opens up the running game. I thought they had a great draft, and I gave him an A. You know that.
Out of nowhere.
Huh?
Out of nowhere.
The A or them having a good draft?
Them having a good draft.
Yeah,
we were all ready for them to. I say we. I mean, Bear fan, Bear Nation. Was ready for them to proverbially crap the bed.
Yeah.
We were ready for it,
or at least go into maintenance clause.
This will be fun. Watch them trade up for another quarterback.
Well, you can only hope that something happened. That the front office got together when it's all done, and they're like, "Hey, we're all going to Cancun, but the wives are actually going to Cancun. We're gonna rent out a room, and we're gonna figure this out for a week. Then we can have dinner and cocktails later. But take the wives, take the kids, or whatever else. But we are actually working as soon as our season's over, or right after Super Bowl, to figure out the draft."
I just pictured like Matt Nagy as the coach of Red Bull U and Waterboy. What do you think of my new draft? I just got Justin Fields.
Do you feel I know you listen. You listen to the show on Monday. Do you feel if
I listen every day, Jay?
If we're referring to Monday,
sure.
Do you feel that if they don't bring Fields in about that time, and it looks more and the Bears are not looking very well, that it is a matter of being transparent and they're saving their jobs to be like, no, we're doing it because it's next year's project?
I would be shocked if they're not doing well and they don't bring him in week 4 or 5. If they don't do either of those, they don't win or bring him in, then it's going to look really, really bad. I would actually be very surprised.
I would say this: no matter what happens, whether they do well, do bad, let's just say they do bad, and they bring him in or don't bring him in, whatever it is, they both at least have through next year to improve.
Sure.
That draft pick and that move gave them wiggle room.
Jay, you and Merrick said this the other day. Are the Bears winning the Super Bowl this year? No. Okay. But what they do have is a chance to build upon this.
Yeah.
Find their team, find their identity within their division, and then the NFC as well. Find their identity, establish that. Get this going in the next.
That's where it needs to be.
Now, let me ask you this, Serge, because
I'm
you
with
touched on something where
that's why you don't start Fields week 1.
So this was me last
There's no
year.
need to yet. Let him learn. Let him develop a little bit.
Dallas last year when they knew they weren't going anywhere.
Right.
I'm like sitting here begging them not to win any more football games because I wanted a better draft pick.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I was
taken
correct.
for two, right?
I was correct, and they would have got the actual guy they wanted had they not screwed that up. The Bears on that same hand this coming season, you know this. Okay, at some point you'll know this if it's not happening, right? If they didn't hit magic right away.
Yeah.
At that point, you're like, okay, we want to get the best draft pick. We want to have a real good look because here's what we now start looking at now. All right, we got our quarterback. I think you have your tackle in Tevin Jenkins, your blind side.
Yep.
You have other talented guys on O-line. But from there, then it's starting to, let's build him more weapons, find him more weapons, whether it's through the draft or through free agency. But whatever, what I'm saying is it's better to do it through the draft.
3 tackles and 4 kickers.
But you follow what I'm saying? Like this next draft, I want to say you guys don't have a first rounder. No, yeah. Did you trade away your next?
I believe so.
Yeah, so you're going to want to, you can still find good weapons later in the second round. So it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, especially for line.
Yeah, but you still need, you still want to build is what you want to do. And you can always just build in from the draft. So, yeah.
Well, now they're also going to have one of these quarterbacks to deal. They can deal one of them.
You definitely have. Yeah, you only have Dalton for a year.
You're set at running back.
Yeah.
Your wide receiver core has at least 2. Potentially, maybe somebody else new could break out. Cole Kmet, like you said,
I like Kmet a lot.
Fantastic. So you're set there. Your defense is bolstered by your linebacker core.
Your defense.
So you need secondary a little bit.
I think
beef up that secondary a little bit.
You work in the 4th round to work on your secondary. You can get very solid guys in the 4th round that can start right away. I've even seen.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a look at a couple things here before we wrap up. And this is all about quarterbacks.
Okay.
We know Lawrence can start week 1, right?
Yes.
Unless he gets injured. And we're confident Zach Wilson starting week 1.
Yes.
Who starts first? Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones.
Oof. Mac Jones.
You think he'll get to be... I mean, I'm not saying they're all going to start week 1.
No.
Is it who's going to come in first and get a start?
I'm going to start.
You think Mac Jones?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't look too much at their schedule. I mean, we have, but we haven't.
I mean, is we going on?
Yeah, right. We're moving on. We're moving on to
Cam and Mac Cam, same spell.
I would say that Cam's not much of your quarterback or whatever.
If you spell Cam backwards, just Mac.
And then, all right,
they're really the same player.
Who at a new home has more of an impact? All right, and we've got 6. Sam Darnold, Carolina. Andy Dalton at the Bears. Ryan Fitztragic, the Washington football team, or Fitzmagic. That's depends on what week it is. Jared Goff in Detroit. Matt Stafford at the Rams. Carson Wentz at Indianapolis.
Stafford.
I hate to say this. Stafford. His stupid face.
I say it goes Stafford.
He's got the best team around him.
Yeah. It goes Stafford.
This is going to get fun.
Fitz.
Ooh. Wow. Is it because of the division? Or the defense?
Because he has a good defense and he has some
some weapons.
And then
so does Sam Darnold.
I think Sam Darnold is 3.
Okay.
Because right now I think Sam Darnold's better than Wentz, and then I'll put Wentz at 4. Goff and Andy are both screwed.
Yeah, I'm actually okay with that. But I could also go. I agree with Stafford. I could Darnold and Fitzpatrick. I could flip them around.
Could be 3rd string by week 4.
Just think about this. Stafford's never had a good coach.
Right.
Seriously.
Oh yeah.
And he's throwing up some incredible numbers. Granted, he was throwing to Megatron, when he was young, but that's fine. I mean, you can't fault the guy for who's on his team.
Right.
But he's going to go out there with McVay's brain and his ability. It's going to be.
Well, yeah, because
it's scary what he's going to do.
Here's what he's throwing to: Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp. They added Deshaun Jackson, and they drafted Tutu Atwell.
Tutu can fly.
So yeah, it's going to be Maybe I do see the Jones one coming a lot quicker than Fields. Back to the Bears before we wrap up. Serge, what you said is exactly where I feel about the Bears. Get your identity. Yeah. And what Michael Lombardi said is, we're lost, but we're making good time.
Yep. I remember that reference.
Get back on track.
Yeah.
And stay on time. And be transparent in what you're doing.
I've actually never heard that analogy.
I've never heard it either until I heard it, and I was like, it just blew my mind. I was like, yeah. I mean,
I've heard where we're going here.
I've heard that.
I've
heard it before when you're on a road trip where you're like, we might be lost, but we're making good time. It's one of those things. It's usually
what we normally say
before GPS was around. That's how's that.
We normally say, stop at a bar.
Yeah. And regroup, get our thoughts together.
We're lost.
Collect our thoughts.
Yeah, we stopped in Kellogg, Iowa on Monday.
Oh, nice.
Kellogg, Iowa.
That's
Jay, before we wrap up,
sure.
Are we going to hit some more LaRussa talk?
Sure. We've got a few minutes.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you want to hear?
What are your thoughts on it? I mean, I can just only give you a few things.
Not defending him.
Mm-hmm.
Let me be very clear. I'm not defending LaRussa. He's 76 years old. I don't think he's the right man for the job. He's already screwed up a couple calls. He doesn't.
Reminds me of somebody else in that age group.
Who's that?
What?
Oh, who? McCarthy?
No,
he's not 76.
age group. I said.
Oh, geez. All right. I was making it political. All right.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so Real quick here, Bomber.
Let's go to the Capitol.
La Russa being 76 years old, he either is really way tighter with these guys than we realize, or he's exactly what we think, in which he's just so out of touch. Yes, he is the old school. He's a stickler for the unwritten rules. Okay? It's stupid. It's horrible. Now, where I will defend him is what he said yesterday, because I do also think everybody's attacking him. I'm not really attacking him. I just point out the obvious. Now, the end of every single article says, blah, 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 DUI.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
That still happens. Or blah, 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 he's too old. He looks horrible. He doesn't know where he's at. Does he even know that they won yesterday? We don't know.
Right.
Now, what he said yesterday was, I really think we're making a lot to do about nothing. Or we're making a lot about a little.
Sure.
So that was the smart thing to say. Now, if he doesn't address the swing on a 3-0 pitch, if he doesn't address it, he's going to be castrated.
Is he asked the question before he addresses it?
Did Fernando Tatis's manager have to deal with it when Tatis hit 3-0 last year?
Not as much, because Tatis is more vocal about it.
Okay.
Mercedes is not. He's a quiet rookie.
I know, I understand. He's a 28-year-old rookie who this might be his cup of coffee in the majors.
Sure.
Swing away, kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
and Tatis, you're the future. You're the future of the league. Swing away, kid.
All right, let's talk about some stats on this. Well, do you want to know who was really happy about that home run? Mercedes.
Yeah.
His family.
Yeah.
His contract.
Yeah.
His stats. Yeah. Okay, that's great. Do you know how fast that pitch was?
68 miles an hour.
Slower.
I guess.
Was it 58?
Slower.
52?
Really?
Slower.
48?
Slower.
42?
It was?
46.1 miles per hour.
Yeah.
46.1.
My daughter throws harder than that.
Probably. Do you want to know what the exit velocity of the swing was?
108 miles an hour.
Higher.
What?
120.
110 or 109 point something. 109 miles per hour was the exit velocity of that ball. Want to know how far it traveled?
400?
422 feet.
Higher.
428.
Slightly higher.
434.
429.
429.
429 feet off of a 46 mile per hour fastball from her catcher position utility player. They're now calling him a position utility. No, he's a backup catcher.
Yeah, he's a they call him the turtle. He's
El
not fast.
Tortuga.
Yeah.
The turtle.
It's Spanish for the turtle.
Yes.
So what I heard about this, what I agree is, if it was a real pitcher, all right, then maybe it was disrespectful. If it's a real pitcher. Well, you want to know what? If you want to win the game, swing away, kid.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of positional players pitching. All right?
I don't either.
Unless they're striking out of the first baseman.
Even though Rizzo is the best pitcher in Cubs history.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Now, they said so La Russa and the media all said that he missed the sign.
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched the replay?
No, I wanted to see what we were talking about. Yeah.
There's no sign to be missed.
That's what I
They didn't give him a sign. He stepped out after 3 horrible pitches, 3 horrible balls. Came in, he stepped out, looked down there, nobody gave him a sign. He stepped back in. They lobbed him a 46.1 mile per hour fastball, eephus pitch, and he smoked it.
I'm all for it.
Let me ask you this.
Is he going to see the same pitch on 3-1? No.
Serge, if he lines that short, are we even talking about it?
Nope.
Exactly.
Not at all.
Exactly. And he probably could have hit it 120 miles an hour to short.
There are other pitchers in you being a Twins fan. I really appreciated your point of view on this. But also, who was it? Trevor Bauer for the Dodgers, and somebody else said, no, if you swing on me and hit a home run on 3-0, he goes, it's not going to be a crime. Want to know what? Find better pitchers.
6 no-hitters. And we're complaining about pitching, and then we go out and we have something fun like that.
You want a younger fan base?
Yes.
You want new generation to love baseball? Everything else? No one's cheering for a pitcher's duel. Sorry. Yeah. Is a no-hitter exciting? Yes.
Listen, that's a great point, and that'll be where we got to go. Everyone knows I love no-hitters. Everyone knows I'll text people. Everyone knows I'll turn the channel. Last 2 no-hitters, 2 nights in a row, I didn't watch a single pitch of them.
Me neither.
Because it's not the same. I'm sorry, guys, and you can say over and over, but for right now, I'm like, 6, and they're on pace to have 20. All right, we got to go. Serge, Great surprise.
Hey!
What a great Thursday.
Welcome
Thank
back.
you so much. We will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you, everyone out there. Stay safe and sanitize. Enjoy the weather, Quad Cities. We will see you tomorrow.